right? What they are doing is destroying our country, but not on my watch. No street, no turf, no block shall belong to these cockroaches, right? It's no longer business as usual. Happy hour is over. If they don't fear God, at least they will fear Terminix.
Have you considered how your methods could impact on pests across the country?
I find we look after the rights of pests as opposed to the rights of the 1.3 million law-abiding citizens in Trinidad and Tobago. I wonder if Roach Ladden's son come here for the carnival if you'll interview him, eh?
But how could you defend one shot, one kill?
What? You want me to throw a pillow at him?
I didn't say that.
No, well, if a roach jumps in front of you now, what will you do?
Run.
Oh, Jesus, Lord Father.
Pests bothering you? Call Terminix at 672-5007 or 672-0042 or visit our website at terminix.co.tt for a free quote and consultation. Join our fight against pests.
Lasso Freight Maritime Limited, the best in marina services. Our facilities, security checks ensures that all vehicles are secured. Our newly renovated bathrooms are always kept in a clean working order. Need repairs and maintenance? We have you covered. Our qualified workmen will get the job done. Boat storages, from our marina, you can easily push off for a family sailing trip. Or out fishing with the boys. A fun DDI experience with friends. Boat repairs, secured parking, extensive camera system, boat charters, boat rentals, down the island parties. Contact us at 1-868-634-1653. Lasso Freight Maritime Limited, the best in marina services. Life's better on a boat.
Getting set for match 2 of this doubleheader in the second round of the Ascension tournament. MORUGA FC versus Defense Force FC, live from the Arima Velodrome. Match that promises a couple changes, but before we go into the changes, let's hear from officials from both sides involved in this match. And president of MORUGA FC. Coach, can you tell me, or manager, can you tell me about the second round and how you feel about it as a MORUGA FC person?
Oh, well, going into the second round, we feel quietly confident. We have analyzed our performance in the first round. We were able to look at some areas that we need to improve. We have added some personnel to the team as well, some more experience. Plus, you know, we had several meetings and we had little team building exercises, so we're looking forward to a much better second round.
Tell me about the spirit in this team during the break that you all had. I know you all had a rough first round. Can you tell me how the team is faring coming into the second?
Well, that is the most positive thing about this team. Spirits have not been broken. We had a nice little team building exercise up at MORUGA. We took the guys to the beach. We had a nice little cookout, you know. So we made use of that weekend, a good team bonding exercise, and we are upbeat.
Nice. And how do you feel about today's match against Defense Force? I know it was very tough for you in the first round.
Well, we are confident. We are cautious. We know our opponents are formidable, but we feel that once we take to the field 11 versus 11, we in with a shot just as they are.
Thank you very much. Eric Gibbs, the manager of Moruga FC. We're here with Sion Kane, the trainer for Defence Force. You all are 3 points adrift of the leaders, but with a game in hand. How do you feel about today's match?
We feel excellent about today's match. We're just here to do what we are accustomed doing. Try to get the game, try to win the game, and go forward from there.
Now I know you have absence in the team due to national duty. Are there any changes to the squad that will play today?
We may have a few changes. You will see on the lineup. I'm not sure of the changes, but we may have a few changes. Some of the guys who was injured in the first rounds might be on the pitch at around this time.
Does that mean the return of Rion Moore in this match?
Definitely.
And how do you feel about today's match?
Today we feel positive about today. As we all know, when you're winning, consistency can be a major factor. And I think over the break, we did a lot to mitigate that factor. So we won't be complacent. We try to do what we are accustomed doing and do it to the best of our ability, which is win.
Thank you very much, Sion Kane, the trainer for Defence Force. Thoughts of officials from both sides involved in this second match of this doubleheader at the Arima Velodrome. Reminder of how it ended between the first two teams. It's 8-0. We'll see how this one unfolds. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with the starting of this match between Defence Force and Moruga FC.
Amante Del Cafe is located at Magnificent Mall, number 271 Southern Main Road, McBean, Couva. Amante Del Cafe. Happiness begins with brew.
Back at the Arima Velodrome for second match of this doubleheader between Moruga FC and Defence Force FC. Defence Force FC are, of course, approaching the summit of this league. Just behind the Lahokata Rangers, and their starting lineup is as follows. Christopher Biggett is in goal, the top scorer in this league so far with 10 goals. Jamil Boatswain plays as well. Hashim Arcia. Shaquille Bertrand, the captain is Curtis Gonzalez. Rion Moore makes his return. Julius Lee is also in the lineup. Akil Edwards, Jamali Garcia, Jamil Cooper, and Kevin Goddard round out this Defence Force starting 11. For Moruga FC, Miles Goodman is in goal. Akil Phillip and Rodney Young are the two centre-backs. Tyrone LaFortune is the left-back. Darren Moore is the right-back. Ryan Davis and Joshua Ragu play in the centre. Keon LaRode plays on top. Behind Rayon Allen, Tiba Charles and Akini LaRoad will provide the support from the wings. So we're seconds away from the start of this match. Both teams are approaching the pitch. Defence Force in their traditional yellow and blue. This match marks the return of Rion Moore, who suffered an injury, kept him out of a couple of matches. You see Captain Curtis Gonzalez and their keeper Christopher Bigat. Moruga FC in their orange kit, hoping to stem the tide of goals that this Defence Force team has opened up recent in the league. Red and black Moruga team, orange and black Moruga team. Just meeting the referees. Of course, the referees are Nikolai Nairon. AR1 is Ainsley Rochard. Jordan Cox is AR2. And Timothy Derry is the fourth official. A reminder, of course, of the first match between these two teams in the Ascension tournament. It ended 8-0 at the Phase 2 La Hocata ground. Match in which Moruga looked to have what it took in the early minutes. Match went pear-shaped for them as it progressed. Referee Nairon will be eagle-eyed as he gets the other three men under his charge this evening to break a smile. It's very serious business in this match. Defence Force know what's at stake. They need 3 points to keep in step with the La Hocata Rangers, who are on 26. Started well their second round. Rangers at their home ground. Defence Force will be very confident. Made a couple adjustments to their lineup. Hashim Asiya starts. He'll be behind the front three of Shaquille Bertrand, Jamil Boatswain and Rion Moore. Boatswain is the only player left over from their last match when he took the top of the scoring charts, finally passing Showtime at the top of the golden boot chase, so to speak. It's the second match of this doubleheader. You said it. Referees just making their final checks, ensuring that everything is okay with both goals. Either side of your pitch, Defence Force are attacking goal to your right of your screen. Moruga heading east. Teams on either side of the table. Moruga yet to capture a share of any of the points on offer in that first round. Defeated in all 9 first round matches. Hoping for another change. Played good football for short periods. They'll need to improve that. They know that, of course. Despite all the camaraderie, do have to come and deliver when the opening blast of the whistle blows or is sounded. Referees making sure that this match is up to official standards. As players try to keep warm. A bit of a delay. Defence Force just keeping themselves warm with a bit of two-touch football in their own half. Moruga, is maintaining a bounce as is customary. We're off. Force are on the attack. It's the Fortune with the ball. Taken off it by the road. Back to the Fortune. Let's get football there. Gets it up to Rian Allen. This is an early shot and it's over bar from Moruga.
You have to come and go. You're coming on the stage. The ball playing, Tiba.
So it's going to be an interesting challenge to this one for Moruga FC, and they've sort of rejigged their puzzle as well. A lot of these players are familiar, yes, but they would not have featured heavily in the first round. Against the top team, the Defence Force, or the joint top team rather, they have their work cut out. Remember last evening, Terminix the Hocketa Rangers, with whom the Defence Force shared, temporarily at least, the lead in this competition on points as well as goal difference, would have enhanced their goal difference with a 6-2 win over Central FC. So Defence Force, they want to use this match to keep a pace, not just in terms of points, but definitely in terms of goals scored, while simultaneously looking to limit how many they concede. Here's Kevin Goddard, who would have had a stint with the Trinidad and Tobago national team earlier this week in a friendly against St. Lucia, a closed-door friendly that is. And there we see a really strong challenge coming in from Darren Moore on Cooper. Jamil Cooper for the Defence Force. And this will represent an early opportunity for the Soldiers. Curtis Gonzalez wants to have a shy. As referee Nikolai Naira now instructs the two-man Moruga FC wall to bring themselves back. It's broken down into a one-man wall now, temporarily at least, as Darren Moore, the man who committed the infringement, returns. Gonzalez, not necessarily known for his set-piece ability, and one would hope that it's not complacency against what has so far turned out to be the whipping boys of this competition. I would like to think that that is something from the training ground that Gonzalez just attempted. Nevertheless, though, here they are. This is Isaiah Lee. Bertrand can't hold it up, and Moruga trying to come forward now. It's ushered back though to Bigot in goal for the Defence Force. He has Jamali Garcia to his right. Gets it now, Garcia. This is Jules Lee. Sturdy right back for the Army. A bit slow to bring it forward. This is Gonzalez now to Goddard. Moore wants it on the run, but Goddard has moved off of it. And then Moruga FC just give it right back. Raising his hand there in acknowledgement, Rian Allen, the lone front man, just acknowledging that perhaps he should have offered a run. And it's coming down their throats again now, Moruga FC. This is Cooper. He has Moore on the outside. Moore gets it now. Cuts inside. Returns it to Cooper. Hands go up for offside. It's not going to come. Rayon Moore. Good intervention there by Ragu. This is a chase on here now for Akini LaRoad. He gets there and delivers across. This could be something for Moruga. Can't direct it on target. The man coming in at the fast leg there, Tiba Charles, and Bigot gets a hold of it for the Defence Force. They're trying to come the other way now. This is Moore in the wars. Cooper plays it into the feet of Botswain. Arcia might have a go. No, instead he switches it out wide on this near side to Bertrand. His cross can't beat the first man. So the defense force coming forward incrementally in this first half after surviving what looked to be a scare at the other end. There's Jamali Garcia now into the feet of Boat Swain. He can't control, but it's cleared by the Moruga FC defense all the way back to the man on the left side of the defense force defense tonight, former Trinidad and Tobago international Ackley Edwards. This is Lee, just barged into by Atiba Charles doing some defending, the left winger for Moruga FC. Lee doing well to position his body in the way of the man. And again, it was right under the nose of assistant referee Ainsley Rochard. Signaled the foul to Nikolai Nyram. So Defence Force, one of two unbeaten teams in this competition remaining. Terminix Lahokita Rangers being the other. While it's hardly likely that they'll go under to this Moruga FC team that has lost all 9 of its first round matches. This funny old game, we've learned to never say never.
Funny old game indeed. We saw some good spirit from this Moruga team coming down to the end of their round. But they have a very tall order in front of them. In these 11 representing the defense force.
Yeah, in their last match, they huffed and puffed against their fellow southern team, Deportivo Point Fortin, and many would have thought that might have been a blowout. They did quite well indeed to come away just 2-1 losers. And here they are now on the offensive. So cross coming in. Bigot had to be sharp at his near post. Still alive for Moruga. It's coming in now. An acrobatic attempt may have been on the cards. And then it's just cleared by the defense force. So just as we were saying, Jovan, you can't count any team out in this old game that we love. It's a beautiful game. Moruga FC coming forward with a good look at the defense force goal, including forcing a save out of Christopher Bigot.
Yeah, you still have to play the team in front of you. This Moruga team looks to be getting their foot in very early in this match. Still just in the 9th minute. Still a lot of football to be played, but certainly we'll see if their fitness can keep up with these defense force players, some of the best drill players in the Ascension tournament, who will be buoyed by the return of their first round talisman, so to speak, Rion Moore. Even though Jamil Boatswain is their top scorer and the league's top scorer, Moore set the pace early for them, but here they come again.
This is Bertrand, plays it into Boatswain. He's trying to turn on and shoot. It's blocked away, and this is Asia now trying to pick out the late surge there of Ackley Edwards, or rather Rayon Moore. He gets it now. Moore forces a corner kick out of it. Interesting matchup there on that side. Rayon Moore, left forward for the defense force, coming up against Darren Moore, the right fullback for Moruga FC. Put them together, you get more and more. The defense force will be looking for more and more goals in this one. Again, Moruga looked upon as the whipping boys of this competition. This is Bertrand now. It's a giveaway. It almost cost them Moruga FC. But the man of the very heart of their midfield, Moruga, we saw that in their last match against Deportivo. He's tracking back there now. Ragu has been the man to break up play and just really neatly distribute. And he was their man of the match, certainly in the closing fixture of the previous round.
You know, as we saw Kevin Goddard just getting involved, he has the same job for Defence Force. He's done it to great effect in this tournament so far. A lot more controlled from him, as Defence Force tend to monopolize possession. Shot is charged down by Ragu.
And a really strong battle for it in that 50-50 challenge between Atiba Charles and Jamil Cooper. So the Defence Force take it all the way back to their captain, Curtis Gonzalez. This is Jules Lee now to Bertrand. Lee gets it back and he'll go back to Gonzalez. On the left he has Jamali Garcia. Ups instead to go all the way back to goalkeeper Bigot, who will now push this one out to Garcia. Goddard drops just in the pocket for a touch. Defence Force lose out now, but win it back through Moore, who's always eager to pick up possession off of those loose balls. This is Jamil Cooper. He has Botswain, Arcia, Moore and Bertrand on this far post. It's with Botswain now. Bertrand gets it. He just runs under his studs and out for a throw into Moruga when it looked to be a promising Defence Force move forward.
Yeah, Bertrand playing in that Brent Sam position, the one that he's made his own in this tournament so far. Just unable to bring that ball under his spell. Bit of a let off for Moruga. The pressure was building on them. They've returned to their orange strip, hoping to return, or at least reach some prominence in this tournament so far. That is a good tackle on Arcia.
And again, it was Ragu right where he needed to be as Arcia looked to be bearing down in goal.
Keepers also changed. This is Miles Goodman's first appearance for Moruga in the tournament so far.
Yeah, previously Curvel Turner would have been the man minding the net. Here's Bertrand. Botswain wants it into feet. He dummies it to Arcia.
Should have been a goal, Jassy.
It really should have. Hashim Arcia, for the quality and experience that he possesses, would have anticipated or even instructed Botswain to let it run. So he would have been prepared, or should have been prepared at least.
Yeah, he looked to have got under it a bit. This is a good ball across from Bertrand, well dummied by Botswain and just over bar from Arcia.
He scooped under it. As we approach the end of the 14th minute, entering the 15th. Still goalless here between Moruga FC and the Defence Force at the Arima Velodrome. Second match of this evening's doubleheader in the Ascension tournament. Good defensive header there by Akil Phillip. And it's spread out here to Bertrand.
It's good defense by LaFortune to win himself a throw. One of the more experienced players on this team. This young community team from Moruga. Today they're coached by Anton Kwashi. Hoping possibly to spring a surprise on this Defence Force team.
Certainly that'll add to the entertainment factor as we see Gonzalez just driving this one and asking Bertrand to chase it. His low cross is cut out by the Moruga FC captain Rodney Young, who urges his men on, asking them to remain alert.
And that's good advice. This team can hurt you from almost anywhere on the pitch.
As we have a look at the defeated AC Port of Spain players that time, Che Benny among them. As we look at that cross, good defending there by Young. It's in those moments where the beaten wing-back turns around hoping to see a teammate and familiar colors, and that time Young right where he needed to be. But this corner now is coming in, attacked by Edwards and then flicked away for another Defense Force corner kick. Keon LaRoe doing the defending that time as we look at Ackley Edwards. One of a long list of Defense Force players to wear red, white and black as well during his younger years. It's been quite a few years since he's represented Trinidad and Tobago. So too this man, hoping to be in Angus Eve's plans. Over and over again, the head coach has said that he's in search of a number 9. Boatswain hopes to be among them. That time he wasn't. It looks to be Jamali Garcia finding himself free and heading that one past Goodman in the 18th minute to give the Defense Force a 1-0 lead. Garcia, the former St. Anthony's College stopper, congratulated by his skipper Curtis Gonzalez. You look one more time, Garcia whipping that one in, and Garcia putting his neck into that one to give the Defense Force that one deserved 1-0 lead at that.
And for all the praise that we've given Ragu so far, was his assignment. Garcia just allowed to head in that opening goal for the Army men. Come again down this left side, it's Cooper.
Moore wants it played to feet, he doesn't get it. Instead Boatswain does. It's off the arm of Akil Phillip, but it's still alive for the Defense Force. Moore, he likes that sort of scrap. Comes out second best that time, and Moruga FC bring it forward. But give it right back to the Defense Force. This is Goddard now. Moore is ahead of him. Goes instead to Edwards. Back with the goal scorer, Jamali Garcia. Boatswain will be forced back and gives it away actually. The lone striker for Moruga FC goes down, but no sympathies to be gotten from referee Nyron. And this is a good ball as Garcia goes shrieking through the middle, cuts it back to Bertrand. Bertrand with the goal at his mercy, somehow does not even test Goodman in the Moruga FC goal.
Bertrand trying to put an exclamation point on that move. Instead finding the cycling track behind this Moruga FC goal. Good first touch here, and he should have really kept it down and on target. Instead it's into orbit for a Moruga FC goal kick.
Yeah, and Garcia did fantastically well, not only to latch onto it, but to cut it back at that angle. One may have assumed he would have looked at a more routine pass across goal, instead just cutting it back into the stride of the oncoming Bertrand. As you said, good first touch, but the second touch really left a lot to be desired. Here he is again though, Bertrand. Good cross into a dangerous area, some hesitation from Miles Goodman before the Moruga FC team eventually gets it away. And it's with Allen now. Goddard pokes it away from him though for a Moruga FC throw-in.
Then we see Mr. Kwashi, the Moruga coach for the evening. More times than not, he's been a fixture on their touchline, guiding this young side in the Ascension tournament. This is one of the more tougher assignments that they've had. Second time meeting Defense Force. Almost a good piece of skill there.
Good invention. The Defense Force come forward again, and that's a giveaway from Rayon Moore. Curtis Gonzalez goes diving in. Again, referee Nyron showing no sympathies for the Moruga FC player King. Allen rather, as he gingerly gets to his feet, and Moore will take on his man, just drives past him, trying to cross it with the outside of his right boot. Overhits it, and it goes off the corner flag out for a Moruga FC goal kick. So we just saw a glimpse of the acceleration and raw power that Rayon Moore offers along that left side. To just go into gears and move past his defender with such ease, but the final delivery didn't match the intent.
Yeah, and while they've won their matches while he's not been here, Defense Force have surely missed Rayon Moore's pace on that left wing. He's been unmatched for most of this tournament. He's been the catalyst for a lot of their moves forward. He'll be hoping to reprise his role as chief instigator for this Defense Force team as this match goes along.
Good stuff here from Moruga FC. Yeah, Rayon Moore certainly offers something that Brent Sam doesn't. Two different types and styles of players. A lot more direct. Doesn't spend too much time dribbling or trying to maneuver his man out of the way. He just drives past him with raw pace and acceleration. More oftentimes than not. See Ragu on the ball again, just composing Moruga FC as he's searching for a pass that time. Could get it back here now, he does. In fact, he doesn't, as Cooper was wise to it, and it's with Bo Swain now. Cooper makes the run ahead. Ragu dives in, Cooper evades him, lines himself up, just can't get it past Miles Goodman. Good save there from the Moruga FC custodian. Good distribution as well, but it's won the header there by Ackley Edwards. This is Goddard just protecting it, shielding it away from the Moruga FC midfield. Gonzalez wants some options, gets one now in Botswain. Cooper, he has Bertrand wider. Good reading there by Tyrone LaFortune. Just realizing that Bertrand hadn't controlled it and moved in to take it away. This is good. Better from Moruga. More patient, certainly. Rodney Young to LaFortune. Win it still alive here now. This is good skill from their front man. He's not had much service, but good to see him still willing to do the work. And they ease themselves up the pitch, eventually earning a free kick. In a really advanced position, Moruga FC. Thumbs up there from Rayon Allen. Very much involved in that move. Dropping deep, holding it up.
It's also good to see Moruga taking their time with the football. Just controlling the pace of the game, allowing themselves to recover. It can be a bit hectic if they just clear the ball and clear their lines. showing a propensity to hold on to some possession in this first match of the second round. That free kick just undoing what they would have done earlier. But surely some good signs from this Moruga side.
Yeah, previous matches you would have seen them a bit more eager to get forward than they were in that sequence previously. And most of the times to their own detriment, because they certainly don't have the quality of players to retain the ball and often return possession quite cheaply. Find themselves from more promising advanced positions to defending, as is the case here. Bertrand waits on the overlap of Jules Lee. He arrives now. This is a good ball across, the type that Botswana usually thrives upon. That time, though, unable to steer it goalward. Came at a good height, good pace as well. The cross from Jules Lee. Botswana certainly let himself down that time as we get another look. But that's not to take anything away from the defender. They're making his presence felt. Akil Philip.
Yeah, you said it. Some good defense there just to throw Botswana off. He can be a bully at times, especially in that area of the box. The Moruga defender just able to keep him at bay.
Again, this is good from Moruga, and I think though that time it's Akini Larode could have held it up. I think he anticipated that Ackley Edwards was a bit tighter on him, tried to turn him with the first touch, and in the end resorted to a foul. So approaching half an hour played in this one. Is the Defense Force 1, Moruga FC 0.
That goal in the 18th minute from Jamali Garcia. As we see a section of the fans here at this match, including some ACPOS players as well. So another Moruga free kick deep in their own half.
Considering the firepower they're coming up against Moruga FC, it's not too bad. And in previous matches, we've seen them operate in the same vein, holding their own for the first half an hour or so before letting it slip away. They'll want to have better handles on that sort of a composure in this second round of the competition. So far, so good. But only time will tell whether they can frustrate the Defense Force as they did in their final match of the previous round against Deportivo Point Fortin.
Yeah, and the season is long and full of terrors, to paraphrase a popular saying. But they've shown willingness to press. There again, Defense Force earning a throw. And no longer as sluggish as they've been previously in the tackles toward those second balls. They're challenging everything, getting a foot in. But this is another opportunity for Hashim Asia. It's cleared off the line there by the Moruga defender. Asia really should be on a hat trick at this point. Another gilt-edged chance for him. As we try to make out who's on the floor, Rian Moore is incensed.
Good work by Brute trying to shrug his man off. Gets the ball across. The defensive header not the best, but Hashim Asia has to be getting a more decisive touch from that sort of range, and you can see Moore's remonstrations. I'm not sure if he wanted to deliver to him. I'll chance it to say that he just expected better of Hashim Asia.
A bit of, I would have scored that as well. In his attitude after the chance, as we see the Moruga FC captain on the floor is receiving treatment.
Hindsight is 2020, and he's still arguing about it more, perhaps trying to demonstrate how Asia should have shaped his body.
Doesn't like interviews, but he'll share his thoughts on football to anyone who'll hear him on the pitch. Eager to get back on the goal scoring charts is Rian Moore. Still making his point.
Either way, they'll have a corner kick resulting from that goal line clearance. Really loose marking, if I may say so myself. We saw the goal that separates them coming from some loose marking indeed. So Ali Garcia getting his head onto a corner kick in the 18th minute. Here come Moruga FC though. A bit too much ambition on that ball. Picked up by Bigot. Allowed to run. This is Moore. Garcia wants it. Moore instead ups for Goddard. This is Edwards, back to Goddard. Goddard will turn inside. Not much happening in front of him. Garcia gets it now. Moore is always there. You can bet your bottom dollar. And that's a late challenge coming in on Edwards. Referee Nyron doesn't seem to think so. Allows play to continue. Moruga FC now. They'll play it out to allow the veteran player Edwards to have some treatment. From where we sit, it looked like a dead leg, a late challenge, as the hand of apology is extended by Akini LaRoad and accepted by Edwards, but he remains down, flat on his back. Magic spray is applied. I wonder, is he really hurt, or is it just as comfortable as it looks on that lush green surface, Jovan?
Certainly a very inviting surface, more inviting than it's been in previous weeks, but some contact there just on the inside of his right leg, it looks like. Make sure everything is all right.
Yeah, nothing malicious behind it. Two players going for the ball. I think referee Nyron has an argument for either decision, a foul to the defense force or allowing play to continue. Chose the latter, and it's Moruga FC now trying to build something out of it.
And referee Nyron has certainly been very even-handed, allowing some contact. Of course, this is a contact sport, so it's ever mindful of that. Some referees like to be the center of attention, but He's taken a very passive role. He's really paying attention to what is going on, keeping a keen eye on everything, of course. As Rion Moore puts his player in the spin cycle, and that ball goes into touch. The cross with Bertrand on the far post.
Yeah, and again, especially given what we saw of Rion Moore just going on for minutes after Hashim Asia's last chance, you would want to expect better of him from that sort of position. The delivery certainly won't help Botswain in furthering his lead in the goal scorers charts. Here he is again though. This is a good volley, aiming towards that far pocket. Missing out though.
Yeah, good attempt from Botswain. He's catching it on the bounce. Good technique to keep it low. Just missing out on that far post. Past Miles Goodman. There he is, your Ascension tournament top scorer after 9 matches, Jamil Botswain. Every bit a number 9 for this Defence Force team.
Goddard has been every bit a number 5. So I'm on the ball there. This is a ball aimed at Moore. He's straight offside though. Well spotted by assistant referee Rochard. So it's been a slow cook in this first half. Speaking frankly, the Defence Force, though they lead 1-0, have not truly asserted themselves and positioned themselves into a more dominant role. And one would think that had this Moruga FC team been furnished with 1 or 2 players more of just a bit higher quality, the Defence Force would not be sitting as comfortably back as they have been in this first half.
On the flip side, Defence Force haven't been at their rampant best in this first half, so that's a plus for this Moruga team, who can concede the odd goal and have in this tournament so far. Goal difference of -33.
I think that really and truly the Defence Force has been sloppy in and around those areas. Hashim Asila trying to turn it around the corner to Botswain, trying to link up. He is in that number 10 role. Botswain in the number 9. Here's Rion Moore now trying to do it himself. This is a good ball through. It's back to Moore, just under him. Hashim Asila picks it up, gets it to Bertrand. He'll have a crack, certainly. Good save there though by Miles Goodman. Headed out of play for a Defence Force corner kick.
Good touches there from our cameraman Gabriel Nagy.
So look at it again, that cutback or attempted cutback just had a bit too much on it for Moore, but it eventually came to Bertrand on this far post and forced a good save out of Goodman. Easy save, routine save really. You'd expect a goalkeeper to be keeping those out. Meantime though, here comes Moruga. Good skill by Akini Larode, brushes past his man, and that touch is just a bit too heavy before he just lashes into Curtis Gonzalez, the man they call Boyo. He's trying to make sense of it all. The Defence Force captain. I'm not sure if you're as good at reading lips as I am. To be fair, Larode may have been just pounced off of it ever so slightly by Bertrand, forcing him to clatter into Gonzalez the way he did.
Looked to be anticipating a tougher tackle there from Gonzalez. Went high when he expected Gonzalez to go low. Just about 4 more minutes of regulation time remaining in this first half. Defense Force lead 1-0, and here they come again. Here's Goddard finding more. It's a goal. It's 2-0 to the Defense Force.
Yeah, I was just about to interject to say that the Defense Force approaching halftime would want to turn the screws a bit, go in with a bit more cushion than a 1-0 lead would provide, and just like that, Goddard giving them impetus, driving the ball forward. Again, in unfamiliar territory, one would say for him, a player of his type, and then simply delivering a good cross that is bread and butter to a player like Rian Moore.
Has to be said, it was a bit too easy for Rian Moore on that occasion. The defender just not on the right side of him with the coverage. Moore now notches his 7th or 8th tournament.
And they're looking for more now, literally and figuratively, the Defense Force. It is Rian Moore, fakes the shot, gets it to Arcia, who pushes it wide to Bertrand. He has 3 to aim for, both Swain being one of them. Moore it went to though, and he couldn't bring it under his possession. This is Cooper, moves inside, scoops one over the top, looking for both Swain, who had picked up an offside position.
So that 41st minute goal was indeed Rian Moore's 7th of the tournament. Gives Defense Force a 2-0 lead. Both Swain battles in the midfield. There is an injury. Referee Nyron waving away the medics. It will be a Defense Force free kick just inside of the Moruga half.
This is Goddard, the provider to Moore on the Defense Force's 2nd goal. Just ran out of ideas that time. But still the Defense Force and their retention of possession, their ability to win those second balls, certainly will continue to serve them in good stead. They're traditionally a team full of running. As you mentioned earlier, one of the better drilled teams and certainly one of the fitter teams in this competition, and perhaps not yet into 2nd or 3rd gear, and would be hoping to tap into the reserves to tire this Moruga FC team out in the 2nd half. Into the final minute now of first half regulation. The Defense Force with a 2-0 lead, goal scored in the 18th minute by Jamali Garcia, and again in the 41st by Rian Moore, returning to the starting lineup for the first time in some 4 matches, having missed out the latter stages of the first round of this Ascension tournament through injury. He seems fit and ready now. Hashim Arcia, just a bit slow from the Defense Force. Arcia gets it back now. Goddard showed a bit of it to Rayon Allen. He had every right to go for it. Goddard comes out a bit worse for wear, but he seems to be able to continue. This is Bertrand in from his position out wide on the right. He's made space for Lee, though, who's come up from right wing back. Jules Lee into Cooper. That's a giveaway. And at the very end of 45-minute referee, Nikolai Nyron gives us the indication that there will be no additional time, no need for it really, as this one has certainly been a routine, really a rudimentary, almost pedestrian performance from the defense force. They've walked it for most of it, and they've maintained control via a 2-0 lead. Goals scored in the 18th minute by Jamali Garcia and in the 41st minute by Rayon Moore. At halftime, the defense force 2, Moruga FC 0.
The situation we have here is that these characters, and I refer to them as pests, right? What they are doing is destroying our country, but not on my watch. No street, no turf, no block shall belong to these cockroaches, right? It's no longer business as usual. Happy hour is over. If they don't fear God, at least they will fear Terminix.
Have you considered how your methods could impact on pests across the country?
I find we look after the rights of pests as opposed to the rights of the 1.3 million law-abiding citizens in Trinidad and Tobago. I wonder if Roach Ladden's son come here for carnival, if you'll interview him, eh?
But how could you defend one shot, one kill?
What, you want me to throw a pillow at him?
I didn't say that.
No, well, if a roach jumps in front of you now, what will you do?
Run.
Oh, Jesus, Lord Father.
Pests bothering you? Call Terminix at 672-5007 or 672-0042 or visit our website at terminix.co.tt for a free quote and consultation. Join our fight against pests.
There's a taste in the air everywhere. Feel the vibe 'cause it's something to share. Smooth, rich and creamy, you'll find it right here. Makes you smile, relax a while, it's fun and good cheer. Ooh, enjoy every scoop. Ooh, every taste will get you hooked. We have flavors that you love, a combination special. Come along, enjoy our treats. This is Uncle Pete's.
The fact that they ask the questions, those challenging questions that no other media house would ask. So, shed light on those things that are in the dark, those stories that no one else wants to cover.
I grew up reading The Guardian, actually. It's a household name.
About The Guardian, one thing that I like, the human interest stories have increased.
See the investigative pieces on the human trafficking. I find that very interesting.
You go more in depth.
On sports, especially local sports, and that's one of my highlights for The Guardian.
Yeah, I've been in Guardian since The Guardian started coming out, started working. I was a newspaper man.
Because the stories that are being covered are well detailed and you get more facts.
At this point in time, I really like the Spanish section.
I'm glad I like it. Like to know everything, what is going on with us.
Also, I think the editorials, I think they're doing a good job on this speaking the truths, and they're challenging the government to make things better.
Me in particular, of recently, the last 2-3 months, I've been reading The Guardian. I'm seeing a lot of news about the neighborhoods and the communities, and I even saw my community featured, and I was proud.
Oh, The Guardian.
The Guardian?
The Guardian.
Trinidad
Guardian.
The Guardian.
The Guardian.
Trinidad Guardian. The Guardian is my first choice.
So it is halftime in this second match of Saturday evening's doubleheader in the Ascension tournament of Trinidad and Tobago. The Defence Force leads Moruga FC 2-0, and this is exactly how it unfolded in the first 45. Wild free kick attempt there by Defence Force captain Curtis Gonzalez, and then coming forward, Moruga FC, a good cross coming in, but unable to direct it on target was Atiba Charles. They continue to press for something, Moruga FC, and that one almost dropped for Ryan Davis before it was eventually cleared away. And then the Defence Force took the lead after 18 minutes. Jamali Garcia on the end of the corner kick. They should have made it 2-0 when Bertrand stormed through. He blasted over bar, and then Rayon Moore continued to try to have some kind of influence that time. The cross unconnected by another Defence Force player, and Botswain also had an opportunity. Hashim Arcia perhaps had the easiest of all of the Defence Force chances. That time unable to tap it in, and Rayon Moore returning to this Defence Force starting lineup for the very first time, just stamping his authority and letting his teammates know the intensity he would like them to play with. Shaquille Bertrand had another opportunity, a good save forced out of Miles Goodman. And then there was this potentially ugly clash before the Defence Force made it 2-0. Moore showing them how it's done, taking the cross from Kevon Goddard and then slapping it in comfortably indeed, receiving the congratulations of his teammates rather, and that's how it stands at halftime. The Defence Force 2, Moruga FC 0. On the other side of this break, we'll rejoin you with second half action.
What is television? It seems like a simple question, but television means different things to different people. We in the Caribbean are very unique people. That's why we need unique television. Welcome to M&E TV, where we showcase our lives in the Caribbean. M&E TV is about us, the special way we talk, the way we walk, dance, move. M&E TV is about me. It's about you. M&E TV is about our amazing Caribbean experience.
We are the fourth estate. We educate, we inform, and we hold those in authority, politicians, business leaders, and others, to account.
Connecting the public to the truth drives our purpose here at CNC3. When we stand behind a desk every single night, a lot of people don't know that we're a huge part of the news process. We eat, breathe, and sleep news. And that reflects in everything that we do as a news team.
Every day we tell the stories of people's journey through life. Stories of their success, stories of their sadness, stories of their grief, stories of their glory. We're the mirror in which society looks at itself.
When a storm is coming, everyone always thinks worst case scenario, and sometimes it may just be a brief shower or two. It's not always going to be a Green Veil level event. So it's important to have the most credible and accurate information coming from a verified source.
Welcome, you're watching the 7 o'clock news on CNC3.
Amante Del Cafe is located at Magnificent Mall, number 271 Southern Main Road, McBean, Couva. Amante Del Cafe. Happiness begins with brew.
The situation we have here is that these characters, and I refer to them as pests, right? What they are doing is destroying our country, but not on my watch. No street, no turf, no block shall belong to these cockroaches, right? It's no longer business as usual. Happy hour is over. If they don't fear God, at least they will fear Terminix.
Have you considered how your methods could impact on pests across the country?
I find we look after the rights of pests as opposed to the rights of the 1.3 million law-abiding citizens in Trinidad and Tobago. I wonder if Roach Ladden's son come here for the carnival if you'll interview him, eh?
But how can you defend one shot, one kill?
What? You want me to throw a pillow at him?
I didn't say that.
No, well, if a roach jumps in front of you now, what will you do?
Run.
Oh, Jesus, Lord Father.
Pests bothering you? Call Terminix at 672-5007 or 672-0042 or visit our website at terminix.co.tt for a free quote and consultation. Join our fight against pests.
Lasso Freight Maritime Limited, the best in marina services. Our facilities, security checks ensures that all vehicles are secured. Our newly renovated bathrooms are always kept in a clean working order. Need repairs and maintenance? We have you covered. Our qualified workmen will get the job done. Boat storages, from our marina, you can easily push off for a family sailing trip. Or out fishing with the boys. A fun DDI experience with friends. Boat repairs, secured parking, extensive camera system, boat charters, boat rentals, down the island parties. Contact us at 1-868-634-1653. Lasso Freight Maritime Limited, the best in marina services. Life's better on a boat.
There's a taste in the air everywhere. Feel the vibe cause it's something to share. Smooth, rich and creamy, you'll find it right here. Makes you smile, relax a while, it's fun and good cheer.
Back at the Arima Velodrome for the second half of this second match in this doubleheader of the Ascension tournament between MORUGA FC and Defence Force FC. Defence Force are on top 2-0. th minute goal by Jamali Garcia got them the lead. Then in the 41st, Rion Moore back on the score sheet for his 7th of the tournament. To put them comfortably ahead. Heading into the break. A couple changes to note. MORUGA. My apologies, MORUGA FC with 2 changes. Those changes, number 10. Ronaldo Edwards is in for the number 19, Keon Larode. The number 18, Kyle Sylvester, joins the match at the expense of Ryan Davis. His defense force get us started once again.
Yellow card shown there to Rayon Allen. He has been a bit robust in the first 45. That time referee Nikolai Nyron forced to intervene by way of a yellow card shown to the player. So the defense force with a comfortable 2-0 lead, but certainly would want to dominate the second half of exchanges more than they did the first. Goal difference certainly would be on their minds. Again, Terminix Lahokata Rangers, the team who they shared leadership with at the start of the second round of the competition, did their own goal difference. A world of good with a 6-2 victory over Central FC last evening at the Phase 2 Lahokata grounds, and tossing the ball back into the court of the defense force, as it were, asking them to keep a pace. Those are the 2 remaining unbeaten teams in this Ascension tournament. Here comes the defense force again. This is a good ball out to Bertrand. He's just flashing it hard and low, asking the MORUGA FC defense to deal with it. And Akil Philip does so at the expense of a corner kick early in this second half to the defense force.
This is another Arcia corner. It's all the way in. No defense force player able to get telling touch on it. Goddard just eludes the chase to give it back to Gonzalez. He'll advance it once again. It's a very good tackle coming in. Keep him at bay. It's Boatswain. Good work by Rodney Young, and then eventually it's right back with the defense force. Akli Edwards. Goddard to Arcia. Good approach play. Just broken up momentarily. Back with Arcia again. Goes long this time. Collects the return. Looking for Boatswain. Doesn't get it. Instead it's cleared. But only to yellow shirt. Arcia spreading it back around.
Patient build up and good approach play here from the defense force. This is Arcia trying to pick the pass now. Overhits it as Moore had tried to make a run inward.
So no substitute just yet for the defense force. Seem to be comfortable. A couple of their quote-unquote fringe players getting a run out. This match helps when your fringe has this much quality.
Yeah, it's hard to tell which of these players are first string and which are second. And that's a good headache for any coach to have. For instance, the man just committing that foul there, Ackley Edwards. Trinidad and Tobago international. As a matter of fact, in the late 2000s, early 2010s, he would have been a fixture in the national setup. And instrumental certainly in this defense force team, which has been so successful through that period as well.
Really through all periods of the history, one of the most storied football teams in Trinidad and Tobago. Triumphs at the Caribbean level, CONCACAF level, and locally of course, several Pro League and even the inaugural Ascension tournament title to their name.
Yeah, let's not forget this is the defending Ascension champion team, the defense force. There's Ragu again, just breaking up play as we made mention of in the first half, but unable to pick the right pass. The defense force bring it forward. This is Bertrand. At his heels is LaRode. Akini LaRode, that is. And the cross coming in now. It could cause some problems for Goodman. He had to be watchful. Deals with it quite easily in the end. Distributes for his team. The ball inward to the captain, Rodney. Ragu has it now, spreads it wider to Tyrone LaFortune. Gets it back, Ragu. Lost his footing a few times. Perhaps may have wanted to use that break a short while ago to upgrade his equipment. I'm not sure if he did so, but you'll want to watch. Perhaps he came here prepared for the Arima Velodrome surface of a few weeks back, which didn't have much covering. Certainly didn't have much wet dirt, and loose dirt as he's encountered this evening.
Yeah, welcome surprise, I guess, for these teams. They get to play on grass at the Velodrome. It's much easier on the instep. It's one more headache to deal with, though, if it comes to the footing. A couple of bad bounces, of course, this one going out wide. It's crossed back in. It's good anticipation.
Allen flashes this one across goal. And in the end, Jules Lee able to win it for the defense force before Hashim Arcia. And a flailing arm offers a free kick opportunity to the Moruga squad.
But I still think that one counted.
It did, indeed. Good touch there by the man, Ronaldo Edwards, was it?
It's like the Fortune, just copping a straight arm to the face for his troubles. And his audacity, maybe. The Moruga FC left back. As Moruga prepares two more changes. Those two changes, of course, announced earlier, will now come into effect, or as soon as they have an opportunity. It's another good ball into the box. No one attacking it.
And they use the opportunity now. Once again, the player coming in. Kyle Sylvester in for Ryan Davis. And they'll also introduce Ronaldo Edwards on for Keon LaRode. The defense force also makes a substitution. Dylan King comes in and Kevin Goddard's shift is over. King, of course, Trinidad and Tobago futsal international.
This is Arcia. Cycling possession. Gets it back. More Arcia. Into Gonzalez. Chased down by Ragu. Fortune with an enterprising ball up front. It's 4-on-4 so far. More defense force defenders come back. This is good patience from Moruga.
Yeah, just waiting for the opening. This is Ragu now. Thought he'd found it. Up steps Arcia. Good defensive work there by Jamil Cooper, allowing it to run out of play. With Moruga FC having the last touch. Bigot in goal to Jamali Garcia. He strides forward now purposefully. Sprays this pass out to Rayon Moore into Botswain. And really brave stuff there by Darren Moore, with Rayon Moore breathing down his neck. But here they come again, the Army. Cooper, King now. He has support out wider in Bertrand. He'll ready the cross. Ragu is there again to boot it away for Moruga FC. And that time Dylan King, the first and only defense force substitution so far, substitute, earns them a free kick. Sia trods over. Certainly been the dead ball specialist for much of this match. Well, certainly after Curtis Gonzalez's initial attempt with their first free kick of the match.
We've already seen one free kick score in this match. This would be a very difficult angle to score from. Sorry, on this double header. Previous match, that was goal from Che Benny.
Surprisingly, Arcia leaves it for Gonzalez and heads all the way to the far post, as the defense force players are actually clustered there. It's onto the head of Garcia, who scored the opening item this afternoon, but this time he was on the way down already as the ball came to him. I think it's very difficult for a team like Defense Force to play at the pace that they're accustomed to against a team like Moruga FC, which sits back. But the Defense Force will certainly want to address that some way, somehow, as Moruga FC are on the attack now. This is a good ball in. Two players are after it. Perhaps a lack of communication there, and then Moore uses every bit of his strength to come out on top of that challenge before both Swain is eventually dragged to the ground near the halfway line.
Back to your point about the difficulty of playing a team that plays at a lower tempo. I think that's what the small teams can benefit from, or the smaller teams can benefit from in this tournament. Can suck some life out of these matches and hope to catch their opponents, their more favored opponents, on the break. Moruga FC unable to do that so far, given the sturdiness of this defense force defensive line. Those two men just in front of the back four, but there's an opportunity. This is a good ball, well taken down by King.
Garcia with the defensive work there. At that time, really a cheap giveaway by Dylan King. We thought perhaps the opportunity had gone once it was picked up by the Moruga FC attacker, but he was still able to find his man in the area. Good chest control, but Garcia was present and ready to get it away from any danger. They force a second corner kick, asking Curtis Gonzalez to clear at the front post. In swinging delivery. It was dipping, moving away from Gonzalez. He had to stretch to get there, but in the end he did. And spares his goalkeeper Bigot from a potential awkward situation. Moruga will have a second goal. This one is deeper. It swings all the way out of play for a defense force goal kick. So we've just crossed an hour. It's the defense force leading 2-0. Both of their goals scored in the first half. Of course, Jamali Garcia in the 18th minute. That's the man just delivering that pass. The second goal scored by Rayon Moore in the 41st. Moruga FC now on the attack.
This match isn't too much out of reach for Moruga at this point. These are the dangerous minutes in the match. Just an hour played in football can tell, cause some tired legs throughout these lineups. Moruga will be wary of their own fatigue. Fortune seems to be evergreen. He's very high up the Moruga left back. Gives it away for... Does he win a Moruga throw? Does.
Yeah, and I think they've made some timely substitutions to your point about being cautious of their own tired legs. Those substitutions coming right in the heart of their midfield, as we see Bigot there coming, trying to claim. He didn't take it cleanly, but he was in control sufficiently for the referee to spot an infringement there, as the player tried to poke it away from beneath the defense force goalkeeper. And here they now have a free kick themselves. The defense force, they played quickly and short. Garcia to King now. King recycles it to Gonzalez, gets it back. On the outside of him is Jules Lee.
We see the defense force bench just getting their message across. Possibly asking for a sharper performance in this second half. Moruga team looks not crestfallen, but a bit pensive. It's only 2-0, but that can be a mountain. As we See the offside flag raised on the far side to corral defense force, much to Moruga's delight. Young player just working on his fitness there, doing his shuttles back and forth.
Certainly is more eager to do his shuttles than I was back in my heyday.
Me too. Best of luck to him. Moruga pressing very high, earning a throw.
I think that was just a wayward sort of languid swing at the ball, just when they seem to be able to string a few passes just outside of that defense force penalty area. Something more purposeful was needed. Now the defense force are playing it out of the back, all along the back line, including the goalkeeper Christopher Biggett. This is Allen. Really unorthodox sort of style. Gets it back now to Charles, and that pass is looking for one of the two substitutes. He gives back possession to the defense force. Arcia has it now. Bertrand ahead of him. Gets it now, Bertrand. Keeps it in play. He'll look to isolate his man one-on-one. Can't do so. La Fortune has stuck to his task really well this afternoon, this evening. And on that time, winning his duel with Bertrand, despite it eventually resulting in a defense force throw-in. Lee delivers it into the box for Bootswain. Gets it back out to Lee now. He'll look up and aim at three in the box. Cut out by the Moruga defense. And now they'll come away on the left. Unable to keep it in play though.
You mentioned Bootswain a couple seconds ago, and it's the first time you have in the second half. So credit at least to Moruga for keeping the league's top scorer quiet so far. They still trail by 2. They've done well to marshal the defense force centre forward.
Yeah, credit to them. And it must be said that Rion Moore has been kept relatively quiet as well in this second period, although he does have a goal to his name this evening. But it's not too urgent of a situation for the defense force just yet. They do have a 2-0 lead, although it is said that a 2-0 lead is one of the most uncomfortable leads in the game. Not much has been shown by Moruga FC by way of threatening that lead. This is Edwards now. Ragu. Good battle. Crosses the line. It's going to be a throw-in. For the defense force, as we see some of their substitutes warm up in the background, including another former Trinidad and Tobago Youth International, Keithon St. Hilaire. Had stints in the Czech Republic as well as Slovakia. Chance here for the defense force. This is Cooper at the edge of the area. Goes down. Referee Nyron is not fooled, and the final shot, snapshot at that, taken by Moore and easily gobbled up by Goodman in the Moruga FC goal.
You have to feel at some point in the next couple of minutes Moruga need to at least threaten the defense force goal, get their blood pumping, try for a goal if they are to get something out of this match. But here come defense force again. Boatswain just losing out on that with a poor touch. It's covered by Arcia. Back again.
King spreads it wider now to Moore. Just couldn't get that one quite right. We'll bring it forward again. This is Arcia to King. Jamali Garcia now. Good flick on. Boatswain to Arcia. Arcia will switch it now to Moore. Good take. Stands his ground there, Darren Moore. Pips throwing off of his namesake, Rion Moore. And as we see now, the defense force substitutes heading back to the bench.
Under 20 minutes remain in this match. Rion Moore gets defense force forward again. It's Boatswain. Well won again by Rodney Young. Akel Phillip just loses out there to Cooper.
I think the defense force has certainly lacked a bit more conviction in their passing, especially in and around the Moruga FC penalty area. They've not been able to complete their passes in that space. It's resulted in many of their plays breaking down, as we see here again. Moore trying to pick out the run of Cooper, who was shouting for it earlier, and when it did came, it wasn't precise enough, allowing Moruga to clear their lines.
Yeah, it's been dogged defending from this Moruga team. Hasn't stopped them from conceding, but here's another ball inside. It's just trickled over touchline. It'll be a defense force. Corner, it looks like, yeah. And Hashim Arcia will trot across to take this one. As has been customary this evening.
The players left off of the defense force squad this evening, seated in the stands. This is Cooper. He's in the wars against Rion Allen. Gonzalez now gets it wider to Arcia, and that's a poor touch, allowing again the play to break down. And here come Moruga. Good switch of play. LaRode, Akini LaRode it is. Can't find a way past Jules Lee, and defense force win it back. So that's what we were referencing earlier. The Moruga FC team unable to really hold on to possession in those crucial moments. And as the defense force swarm back in numbers, able to crowd them out and regain possession. Boatswain now, he has Cooper in support. Cooper checks back inside. Relays it to Arcia rather. Gonzalez gets in now, and now it's with Garcia. Garcia to King. King to Lee. Gonzalez wants a taste. May do well to look to this near side. Instead goes with King, and it's intercepted there by La Fortune. Ragu has it now, La Fortune again. And again, once more, they just return possession to the defense force. Find themselves having to defend again. Rayon Moore. All the way back to Edwards now. Arcia to Garcia. Boatswain. Good hold up play from him. Does he go for the retain? He doesn't. Instead, Bertrand steps inside. King now. Bertrand again. Good ball through. Cooper had just held up his run a bit. And he continued. Might have been onto something. And once again, possession just being exchanged almost between these two teams. For Edwards. That's a meaty clearance away for the defense force. They have it again now with Arcia. Rayon Moore. The player retreating that time, Atiba Charles, to put in a tackle. The defense force will use the opportunity to make two substitutions. Hackshaw, that's Kishon Hackshaw, formerly of Trinity College East. He'll enter for Bertrand. And that's it for Rayon Moore. A tidy but uneventful return to play, having missed at least the last 4 matches of the last round. The Trinidad and Tobago international.
Yeah,
he scored the goal. He scored the goal that put them 2-0 ahead, and they could go 3-0 ahead here, but Cooper's shot is directly at Goodman.
You know, as I was saying, Rayon Moore will be happy to get on the score sheet. It's been a match that has been a good confidence booster, if nothing else for him. Sees his name on the score sheet once again. But Moruga, in these closing stages of this match, looking worse for wear. Lost the pep in their step that they began this match with. They've already used 4 of their 5 substitutions. Defense force just freshening up their lineup as you approach the final 15. Here is the final Moruga substitution. It's an attacking one. The number 9, Kirvel Jeremiah, enters. He replaces Rayon Allen, man known as King on this side. This ball just goes into touch.
So the defense force will have a corner kick, yet another in this match. Not since Jamali Garcia's opening goal all the way back in the 18th minute. So almost an hour ago. Not since then have they been able to make good on one of these set pieces. Hashem Arcia will try one more time to pick out a defense force head. Instead, his attempt is met by the fists of Miles Goodman. Punches it away for a defense force throw-in. Come forward again through Cooper into the feet of Boatswain. He likes it that way. Jules Lee now pushes it wider to Keithan St. Hilaire, one of the substitutes. Very direct player himself, as we can see already. Good maneuver to get away from his man, and a good low cross stabbed away at the front post. For a defense force corner kick in the 80th minute. So just about 10 minutes left of normal time. 10 minutes for the defense force to grow this lead, or 10 minutes for Moruga FC to create some panic if they can get a goal of their own. This is Keyshawn Hackshaw. Gets it back to Cooper. Cooper steps beyond his man, gets it back to Hackshaw now. Lost it for a while, gets it back, and this is service aimed at the far post. And not the type of service he would want. This is St. Helena now, the man in your picture. Former Trinidad and Tobago Youth International, as mentioned. Former St. Anthony's College forward. He's had stints abroad. He's back home now and with the defense force. Moruga FC now coming forward, searching for options. Stamped out by the defense force. King now asks St. Hilaire to go after this one, and the flag does eventually come. He hesitated when the flag wasn't raised. Far side assistant referee Baliram. Rather, Jordan Cox. Jordan Cox, the assistant referee on that far side. So they just seem to be running out of ideas, the defense force. Can't find a way to break down this very resilient Moruga FC team, which is about to make another substitution. Well, another two substitutions rather, and leaving the pitch, Atiba Charles entering play. Jamali Barclay. Player down, seeming to be experiencing a bit of cramp. Darren Moore. And the other player at the ready to make his entrance. For Moruga FC, Hector Wren. Rather, Wren Hector. Wren Hector, brother of Houghton Hector. Stands ready.
Yellow.
And the player he's replacing will soon be hoisted by fourth official Timothy Derry. Before that, actually, the defense force makes a substitution. Jamil Boatswain's night is done. Shaquille Holder enters the fray. And the Moruga FC substitution also completed. Akini Larode out. In is Wren Hector.
Come defense force looking for Boatswain again. Seems the plans to keep him out have worked so far. Curveball Jeremiah. Trying to do the same job that the substituted Boatswain did in that first half. It's good control from Akel Phillip. It's out to Hector. It's back with the defense force. All the way over to Hackshaw. Heart and soul defending there from the Moruga player.
This is a good delivery in by Ackley Edwards, right onto the toe of the substitute Shaquille Holder. Edwards just showing a glimpse of that quality that would have put him as the mainstay left back for the defense force and Trinidad and Tobago some years back. And the delivery was enticing. Holder, however, unable to get a decisive touch and puts it on the wrong side of the post. Here he is now again, Holder giving chase. Can't get there before the Moruga head. Defense force win it back. This is Cooper. Good take, good turn. Fouled. Kyle Sylvester, the guilty party for Moruga FC. And the defense force will have another free kick. They take it short quickly. Just over 3 minutes left. Here's Ren Hector. Darren Moore now gets it to Sylvester. Gets it to his captain, Rodney Young. And a bit of hesitation there allows the defense force to win it back. Dylan King on the move. Can't supply it to Cooper. Arcia now will spread it wider to St. Hilaire. Again, he isolates his man. Comes inside, then outside of him. Checks it back. St. Hilaire, he'll have a swing out of his left boot and it's stopped by Rodney Young and eventually cleared by the same player. Sean Hackshaw. Inward to Arcia. Dylan King drops off. Again, he has St. Hilaire as his sole option. St. Hilaire will take his man on again. Gets in a bit of a tangle. Eventually, he goes down. Referee Nyron points the other way. Simulation called against St. Hilaire. Moruga FC, they bring it away now. This is Barkley. Once again, possession cheaply returned to the defense force. Hackshaw against Moore. Leaves him on his behind. Hackshaw now, can he deliver a telling cross? It goes all the way through. Picked up now by Barkley, but he tries to turn Jules Lee. Doesn't get very far. Makes a great recovery tackle. Moruga FC again, they need to be a bit more careful with possession. Good work, hold up work there by the big man Jeremiah. He wants it again, gets it now, but not before Gonzalez intervenes. Good reading there by the defense force captain. Entering a minute remaining in normal time. The defense force with a 2-0 lead. And not since Rayon Moore's goal in the 41st minute have they really troubled the Moruga FC goalkeeper. St. Hilaire, though, has ideas of his own. He gets past this man, gets the cross in, and is just scooped over the bar that time by substitute Shaquille Holder. So that's 2 chances now for Holder in the last 5 to 10 minutes of this match. Could have put the polish on the performance.
Yeah, as we come up on 4 minutes of time added on, we see this chance to Holder. It's good work down the right side, and that cross was inch perfect. Holder's finish was not. It's been an off-color performance by Defense Forces standards. You would think that they, given the heavy defeat that they handed Moruga in the first match, that they would have had more to offer in this. But credit as well to this Moruga team. They've kept them at bay despite their struggles, despite being outmatched in certain areas. They've put themselves in, shown up this evening. They won't get some of the points, but they will surely get some encouragement from this match against the Defense Force, the second team in this Ascension tournament.
Yeah, I think credit goes where credit is due, and this Moruga FC team has certainly shown continued improvement. They ended the first round rather, albeit with a defeat, with a much improved performance against Deportivo Point Fortin, a team in itself which was building momentum towards the end of that round, only able to defeat Moruga FC by a 2-1 margin. And here tonight, again giving away just 2 goals, Moruga FC, against one of the more rampant teams in this competition, the Defense Force, one of just 2 unbeaten teams. So Moruga can certainly count themselves or pat themselves on the back for this evening's performance.
Yeah, Defense Force will also be looking at this performance closely. Certainly, I think a little more encouragement for Moruga as we enter 2 minutes of time added on to this second half. Barring a small miracle, it should be a win for the Defense Force, which will put them on 26 points, equal again with La Hokata Rangers, the #1 team in this 10-team totem pole that we call the Ascension tournament.
There's that man Ragu again, getting a foot in for Moruga FC, sends them on the way. This is a decent looking ball. It's as much work as Beggett has had to do all night, with the pending arrival there of Ronaldo Edwards. And it's in those moments that your focus has to be 100%. Although Beggett has had not much to do throughout this match, he had to maintain focus. He had to be sure of claiming that, or else it could have been a different story. Here come the Defense Force again on the front foot. Keithan St. Hilaire, he's been a bright spot for them in the second half. To Holder, and that's the goal they've been looking for. No flag. And again, it's that substitute pairing, Keithan St. Hilaire and Shaquille Holder, finally after 2 attempts, 2 good attempts, able to get the job done. Right at the very end of added on time, 4 minutes added on. There will not be a further kick in this one as referee Nikolai Nyron blows the final whistle to end the match. The Defense Force against Moruga FC in this Ascension tournament of Trinidad and Tobago. The Defense Force 3, Moruga FC 0. It's going to be a long and introspective journey home for Moruga FC, but certainly they can hold their heads high for a well-deserved, or rather, despite our Defense Force 3-0 win. The opening goal scored by Jamali Garcia in the 18th minute, and then Rayon Moore netted their second in the 41st. A well-taken finish. Trinidad and Tobago International. There were some late challenges in this one. Shaquille Cooper couldn't believe what he just experienced, but referee Nikolai Nyron cautioned the player correctly. Moruga FC did have a few chances coming forward, and Cooper continued to be in the wars that time. Just brought down at the edge of the area. But this was the moment, or one of them, I should say, for the Defense Force, introducing Kishon Hackshaw as well as Keithan St. Hilaire. And it's the latter that proved himself to be a nuisance along that right side. St. Hilaire taking on his man whenever he could and putting in some telling deliveries that time, repelled at the first post by the Moruga FC defense. Moruga FC again just not careful enough in possession in the key areas, and the Defense Force supporters that time just wondering what more would their counterparts have to do to get a third goal in this one. They continue to search. This was Ackley Edwards delivering one to another substitute, Shaquille Holder. It should have gone in. Ackley Edwards with a wonderful left-footed delivery. He himself could only trot back after Holder failed to put it on target. Then St. Hilaire again finding Holder 6 yards out. All he had to do was direct it along the ground. At that, he did direct it, but over the bar. Christopher Biggett barely breaking a sweat. And then this was the decisive moment. St. Hilaire beating the offside trap and delivering it on a platter for Holder to finally get what the Defense Force was searching for. The third goal in this match, well, making it a 3-0 win for the Defense Force in this Ascension tournament. They'll remain level on points with Terminix Lahokita Rangers following the latter team's win last night over Central FC 6-2 at the Phase 2 Lahokita ground. But they've lost ground, so to speak, Defense Force, from a goal differential standpoint. Still though, a win is a win, and all of them will count at the end of this Ascension tournament. Round 2 action kicking off last night and continuing today with a doubleheader at the Arima Velodrome. It will continue tomorrow with the Police FC team taking on Central Soccer World. We hope you join us then. For now though, on behalf of Jovan Ravello and all of the entire team here, we wish you good night, safe travels home, and of course, see you tomorrow.